And we're back.
We are back. So, hello everybody. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I decided to do this video because I know lots of people have questions. I've got the answers. Well, you've actually got the answers. The truth be known, you have the answers. But a lot of people wonder what life coaching is about, what hypnotherapy is about, and they know it's something that they feel that they should do, but it's all a little bit overwhelming, and sometimes people think it's a bit woo-woo, what they're going to do to me, they're going to lobotomise me and stuff like that, and that really isn't the case. So I thought that I would get a very, very special client of mine, Josie Green, to give you a little bit of insight into her journey, what changes it's made for her in her life, and how that she can inspire you to change your life for the better. You know, we all have times in our life where we feel that we could do more and be more, and I wonder, ask yourself the question, am I showing up in the world in the very best way that I can? Am I achieving everything that I know that I could? And if I'm not, what do I need to be able to do that? And I know that, I hope that after you've listened to this and watched this video, you'll have a few more questions that you might want to ask me, but a lot more answers, okay? So I've got a few questions for you, Josie Green. So, Josie Green.
Yes.
We met back in August.
Yeah.
It's gone quickly, hasn't it?
I was it was either July or August, but I think
Yeah.
it must have been August.
Yeah, August.
In fact, I will tell you, it was the week after my birthday. It was the 8th, I think, 8th or 9th.
Beautiful. What a lovely present to
I
give
was
to
going to
yourself.
say, you came into my life at the right point.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So, okay, so the right point. So how satisfied were you with the way that you were living your life prior to us meeting?
Prior to meeting, not good, not good at all. It was that sort of thing where you're going through life but you're not living life. You know, you're getting up in the morning, you're getting ready, you go to work, you do whatever, you come home, you go to sleep and you start again. It was the repetition of just every day was the same, and you're looking for something else but you don't have the energy anymore.
And you're not quite sure what it is either.
You're just carrying on going through point A to point B and you think that's enough.
That's enough. Do you know what, Josie? I do not think you are alone. I think that so many people, if it's not broke, don't fix it, is something people say.
I think it's because it's a very comfortable way of living.
Comfortable.
So if you're not pushed to take on new challenges, you kind of go, well, I don't need to. I've got everything I need. I'm getting through life. I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
But fine isn't good, and you can have good.
You can have good.
You can have good.
Right. We've just been laughing before we came here today because I've been doing the inner work on myself for all these years, and now it's got to the point where I just have this expectation that everything always works out for me. And Josie has seen living through today.
I've seen it a couple of times. I've seen it today.
That's actually how I live my life. I expect it, and it happens because life is about what you expect from life is exactly what you'll get. Henry Ford, he was the originator of Ford. His famous quote was, "If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't." And I love that because whatever you expect is going to happen for you is exactly what will happen for you. What are you expecting for yourself? Questions to ask yourself. So before I came along, Josie, you were in this, it wasn't deadly bad, it was okay, it was mediocre, it was standard. You were living a standard life. And unfortunately, you, same as many other people, it takes for something to stop you in your tracks before you can make that decision to say, I want more.
Yeah.
What was it that stopped you in your tracks that made you say, enough is enough, I want more?
It was having that it wasn't the end of my life, it wasn't a huge big crisis moment, but it was a moment and it can hit you out of nowhere.
Yes.
It's just a moment of going, I'm not actually happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy going through this, doing the same thing, and feeling isolated because of it. Because everyone, you encounter people throughout your day and you can have a lovely time, smiling away, getting on with it, but in yourself, you're going, it's the same thing. It's the same thing I did yesterday, the same thing I did before. And it was having that complete and utter...
Almost in a trance, going through doing everything on autopilot, nothing challenging you to actually...
It's like
think creativity, and I know creativity is one of your big values,
But it was like, you're getting traction, you are moving, and then for some reason it is like your car breaks down, or something like that, and you're sort of looking around and there's no one there, and you just realise, I need more.
Yeah.
Not even a case of like I want more. You need more.
Yes. And this is the really big shift, I think, that I would want people to realise with life coaching. Don't wait until you need more, but actually desire to want more.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge difference between trying to fix your life from a broken place to actually getting to the point of thinking, you know what, everything's okay, but I'm in a good place, so I can actually be brave and go for more because I've got that solid foundation of where I am now, but I know there's more for me. There is more for everybody, right? And that's what we've been talking about today. Now that we've repaired the broken tyre, right? Now we want to start thinking about what's the destination, what's the journey. You know, before you were just sort of, you know, going along wherever you got to, you were just making the most of every destination you got to, right? But now that you've all four tyres blew, you were stuck.
You have to make a choice.
Yeah.
You can't just decide to stay there. You've got to go on.
And make changes with that, you know. And now you're at the point of where you've repaired all your tyres and you're thinking, am I just going to get back on the road and do the same thing? Or actually, that's made me realise I was going in the wrong direction anyway. So now I'm going to think about I'm actually going to look at my sat nav. Why did I even turn it on?
The sat nav's never going to lead you right.
Yeah, well, it's not if you don't put the right instructions in.
Exactly.
Right. No one gets into a car with a sat nav and says, "Oh, you know where I'm going. Take me there."
Good luck. Good luck on your journey. Off you go.
Are you getting this? I hope you are. So, what was the most important change or shift you felt you needed to make?
I needed to make a change in the biggest area. Personally, with friendships, because I knew that I wasn't giving into friendships as much as other people were giving into their friendship with me. So it was about relating with people, and there was also things like on just a very basic level, like with the jobs that I was doing, I was okay in it. I was doing absolutely fine. No one could say anything against me, but I knew it wasn't what I wanted to be doing, and it wasn't in the place that I wanted to be doing it. So it was in those two areas.
And was the work on autopilot as well?
The work was completely on autopilot, where I've done it for a while, I can do it with my eyes closed, and so it's comfortable.
I remember a funny question I said to you. I said, how long have you been wanting to leave your job? You said, since I started. And isn't that the way that it is sometimes? So sometimes we're just so happy to be in a place where we can have our needs met. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and at the bottom it's just safety, having a roof over your head, heat, light and water. And so many people dwell in this place of heat, light and water, but actually what comes next is love and security, and then what comes after that is about challenge. And self-actualization is where you've got all of those other layers really, really in a good place, and then you can start actualizing, who do I now want to be? Who do I want to create? Who is the person that when I'm in my rocking chair, when I'm 88 years of age, looking back saying, I did that, I did that, I did that. You don't want to be in that chair thinking,
I wish I had a story to tell.
Isn't it about creating your life stories? I love that. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Just rocking back. If you're rocking back and forth and not thinking of anything, that's a very depressing state to be.
Yeah, definitely. Or it's you've rocked once and you've said your whole life story. Yeah. That's it, and your grandkids are like, bye.
See you later. See you next week.
Yeah. So Josie, since that time, and it's only been July, August, September, October, 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what they say? They say you overestimate what you can do in a year and you underestimate what you can do in 10 years. What have you done in just 4 months, Josie?
In just 4 months, I've been helping you with Inspired.
You've been helping yourself.
I've been helping myself with Inspired. I've got a new job.
Some people
Inspired.
Few people that don't know about Inspired.
Ours is Inspired Essex. Yours is Inspired Essex. My assistance, which is unparalleled, it's a platform for, I was going to say young people, but it's not for young people. It's for all people, as I think we learned.
Yes.
To just come, and it is a case of, you've got musical acts, you've got people just talking about their lives, you've got people looking to motivate, and it's just a feel-good place. It's a place where you come forward and you're networking and you're meeting all sorts of different people. It's a completely open venue.
And how powerful and significant has that been for you at the stage of the life where you were when you took that role on?
It was, because my role is to do the meeting and greeting. It is to sort of warm people at the door and get them in. And I'm an outgoing person, but only when I'm comfortable.
Yes.
When I know I've got the sure footing, then I can be completely out there. And even the first evening, I was a bit like, you just got to go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I've made friends on there, good friends on there. And hearing people's stories as well, it's not about comparing yourself to them. It's about the emotional roller coaster, and you can identify they've been on a
Being
similar
inspired,
one.
right?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's being inspired and having that group to go, in a month's time, over 2 months' time, you can touch base with them and say, how are you doing?
Yeah, you've created
Yeah.
a new facet to your life. You've actually created a new area of your life.
A whole group that is just dedicated to going, we can all struggle.
Yes.
But we are here to help each other.
Absolutely. Sorry, this is
a slight tangent.
yeah, because so much has happened for Josie in the time that we've been working together. I mean, that's huge. She's created a whole new social life for herself. What else has happened for you?
I've got my new job.
A new job. I mean, these are massive shifts. They're massive. People can take years. Some people can be in the same job for their whole life.
Yeah.
So you've created a whole new social circle. You've got an amazing new job.
I'm moving house for this new job on the far side of London.
Wow.
So, when we start moving, you start moving fast.
Wow. And that is what you do need to be prepared for, don't you, Josie?
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
people underestimate life coaching. When you're ready for change and you seek out somebody to help you on that journey, be prepared for the roller coaster, because it really is change after change after change after change. And you've just taken everything in your stride.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go into too much detail, right? But I do want to say that those are all the external things that Josie's changed on the outside. Her whole environment has changed massively. And I'm going to say but, because it's it's equally as important. What's shifted for you in terms of how you connect with the world, how you connect with people?
Yeah.
I just think that's been amazing, because all of those big things that you've done as well, it's huge, Josie.
It's absolutely huge, and it's like on a personal note as well. For the first time, I actually took the time to share with the people close to me what I was going through.
Yes.
And hints had been dropped, and people kind of know there's something, but there is something to say. There's something to own the situation.
Perfect.
You absolutely have to take the going.
Yeah.
This is what's going on with me, and this is why maybe this has happened, why this has happened. And it is that whole thing going, we can move forward as better friends and closer friends, because I'm actually sharing with you. I'm putting into the friendship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And friendships are one thing. I know we're not going to go too much into this, but Josie, for any person that's out there that maybe has been stuck, that's been fearful of, maybe they've been in a relationship and it didn't work out, and you get burnt so badly, and it's for a lot of people who don't know themselves, it's scary to fall in love. It really is. Yeah. And in terms of how you now feel about going out and meeting the person of your dreams, are you ready for that now?
Yeah, 100% I am. Before, I had so much holding me back, and it was something that was almost debilitatingly holding me back. And it's just a moment of completely letting go and thinking,
love that letting go, love that.
Let it go and just have it. And like socially, I'm a different human being.
Absolutely.
Like I put into it, I commit. If I want to go out and do something, then I go out and do it. I'm not dependent on anyone else.
And you weren't going out before, were you?
No, I was quite literally work, home.
And you said you felt very isolated because you were actually choosing to isolate yourself.
Yeah. It wasn't a case of
text you, you're off doing this and you're off doing that.
I'm a busy bee. I'm flourishing. What can I say?
I love it.
But it is a case it's not a case of opportunities weren't there. It's a case of not taking the opportunities.
Yeah.
And once you have that flip and you go, no,
that you
time
understand
to
that
say
your values, you understand why you get up in the morning. You know all your whys now. as part of
Yeah.
the work that you've done. That's been
Absolutely, yeah.
because when you know what your why is, you can say yes to what you want. That's going to fulfil your why, right?
Yeah.
When you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you know you want to go out, you want to do something, you can go out and do it. The only person holding you back is you. It literally is only you.
Josie, I'm going to ask you 3 questions that I really want you to think about.
Okay.
What's the best thing you like about yourself now?
Oh, right. Now, if we're speaking as a human, I feel my confidence, I feel is my best trait now. I feel like I can go into any situation and, everyone cares about how people think of them. But I've taken a switch to go, yeah, that does factor in, but it doesn't factor in as to how I feel about myself. So I can go and I can be true to myself, and it will rub some people up the wrong way. Everyone does. But that's who I am. And I was so fed up of going along with that tide of just going, yeah, I like that because that person likes that, and I should like that. I don't.
Yes.
And I do feel like that creativity, and I feel it's true with you as well, like the way that I speak in metaphors and all this sort of things. I'd never realised how much joy that brings me, and I've never been so creative as I have been in these past couple of months, because I love to write and that had just come to a complete standstill. And then as soon as you can feel yourself moving and you're going forward, and then you start to, it is like everything blossoms around you, so you start to then want to write stuff down. So to get back that thing that I was so passionate about years and years ago, to get that back has been the best experience.
Reconnecting with your inner self, reconnecting with who you really are.
Because I think, especially going from sort of a teenager into an adult as well, you lose your passion because you need to be sensible. You think this has to go on the back burner because I need to go to work, I need to get a job, I need to, as traumatic as it is for young people, you need to go out and do the food shopping and you need to cook for yourself. And to reconnect with that thing that brought me so much joy is just the best thing in the world. Beautiful. It really is the best
Beautiful.
thing.
Wow. What's the most surprising thing you learned about yourself in terms of what you've achieved? How did you surprise yourself?
The most surprising thing?
So many, Josie.
I was going to say, I think it's that even when I was on, it's sort of like when you go ice fishing, bear with me. You go out and you put a hole in the ice and you're putting the rod down and you're trying to catch that. You've got your goal going on, but the ice around that is compromised. So you still need to be careful and things like that. And what surprised me was that even when it was that little bit perilous, when I could hear the ice cracking a bit, I could check in with myself, and I was able to completely by myself go, this isn't good, I need to be careful here. And it's being able to self-assess where I'm at.
That is exactly what life coaching is for. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
I could not have put that more succinctly. Honestly, it is about getting to the point of being aware of what do I need to put into place to maintain my happiness. Being proactive every day in your life. Wow. That is absolutely huge, Josie. My gosh, wow. And 15 years of therapy don't do that for people. And there you are, it's been 4 months and you're already at a place where you're like so taking control of your happiness and accountability for your happiness. It's awesome.
The accountability is definitely the big one, because at the end of the day, when it's just you and it is you alone, you're accountable for the things that you've done and the choices that you've made. And if you're not willing to commit, then you can't really, take any credit for things, because in the back of your mind you go, I could have done this, or I could have pushed myself a bit further. So it is 100% taking check and going, look, you know what you should be doing, do it.
And even in, it's one thing to do it in, just your normal everyday, but especially for you when it gets to a crisis point and you're able to go, right, I recognise that, I'm going to do that, that and that. I can't even express how impressed I am with you when we've spoken about certain things of arisen and you've said, before I've had a chance to ask you a question to see where you're going with this, what's going to, you said, yeah, but I've done this and I've done that, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Because you were waiting for all that to come to you first of all, but now you're like, no, I don't wait anymore.
It's standing up instead of sitting down and waiting for it to come to you. And it's, you know, it's knowing what you can do for yourself and when to ask for help as well.
Yes.
100%. It's knowing I need to check in somewhere here. I need to, you know, and that's where your friends and your loved ones all come and you can be like, look, you know, I need a moment. And you don't realise how good friends you are with people or what close connections you have until you have that moment. And then it's not only you that grows, it's the other person as well. Because they go, look, that's their time to shine as well.
Yes.
So it's sharing the spotlight.
I love that. I truly, you know, and for you to recognise that you're giving to people by allowing them to step forward. You're actually giving to them as well. It's a beautiful thing, babe. That's, you know. Oh, sorry. But that self-actualisation, when you show up in the world and what you realise, what I'm giving is actually going to make the world a better place. That is such a powerful place to be.
Everyone puts up a wall around themselves, and it's not about bringing the walls down, it's about putting a door in.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Girl!
It is 100% giving people the opportunity to come in, and that is the line. That's where you go. You know, you don't need to overshare, you don't need to put everything out into the world, but you don't need to feel like you've got to keep it in. You know?
And it's powerful to ask for help. And I really, you know, really want you to take that on board, to just be able to ask. It's not a weakness, it's a pure strength to say, I can do this, but I need support to do this. It's a pure strength. So, you know, in terms of, because people talk about life coaching and they think, oh yeah, help me to work through some problems. But I know, for what it's done for me, what have you seen? It's been a significant behaviour change, something that you now do that is part of you that you never did before. I think we covered a lot of it just there.
I was going to say, we have done a lot of it. In terms of, because life coaching, it is, I know you said it earlier, it is a proactive thing. It's something that you're keeping check of constantly because you know where you want to be. It gives you goals. If you know your goals, you know what to strive for. You know what, you can prioritise your life according to what you want.
Prioritise your life, you said it right there.
It really is 100%. And as I said, in our first meeting, I told you the things that I was unhappy with. I said, you know, I love my job, I love the people at my job, but it's not the job for me at this time, and I need a change. And as soon as I said that out loud, it's a bit like, well, there's your goal. There's 100% you got, and then you go for it.
4 months.
4 months.
But this
and
woman
it's
has
all
been
changed.
supercharged. From being like this, she didn't go like that. She went like that, and then she went like that. It was from horizontal
really
to
has,
vertical. And she is a life coach. No, you can't have her, she's mine. She's a life coach's dream. What would you say to people that think that life coaching is a one-trick pony? You have 8 sessions and then that fixes your life for the rest of your life. How does it work?
Well, you know, you can have your first couple of sessions and that really, you know, let's say your car is completely lopsided into a ditch. It gets the car back on the road. But as you go on, there's going to be new things coming up.
New levels, new devils.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, you can't deal with it all by yourself. It's a case of checking in and being okay. You're doing fine. You've got all the tools there. But until you're speaking to someone else, there's no bounce back.
Yes.
There's, in your mind, you can go along with it and go like, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. But life coaching is all about going, well, have you really thought everything? Have you thought it through from every angle? And going, if you think about it, if you do a slight slant on what you're thinking, it's better for you and it's healthier for you as well. Because it's very easy to see your life on a one track. Whereas life coaching can go, there are branches here. You don't need to carry on going through this and take on every hurdle face on. There are ways to move around. And that's what it's about, is keeping track of that. It's like having someone who's, they're not there to judge you, they're not there to say you're wrong. It's just okay for going, okay, if this is what you want
and maybe
to do,
asking you the questions that you wouldn't have thought of yourself, because new questions give new answers. So, you know, life coaching, you actually have all the answers. Everything that you need to manage your life is within you, without a doubt. You are your best counsellor. You don't need to be counselled or therapized by anybody else. You're the best person because you know you're the best, right? All you need is the right questions that will release that potential, that latent potential inside you, for you to realise, oh my gosh, wow, I knew that. Do you know how empowering it is when you realise that you actually know everything you need to know? And then when you get asked more questions, it takes you to another level of what's inside you that you didn't even know was even there. This is the power of life coaching.
It's like having a tradesman and all of the tools in the world, but they still need to be taught how to use those tools. That's what it is.
Yes.
It's going, you've got everything at your disposal, this is how you use it.
Yeah, yes.
And that is what it is. That's 100% what it is.
Yeah. And also, sometimes, you know, when you've got tools, you're a tradesman, you've got those tools. When you've been doing it a long time, you get a bit sloppy sometimes, don't you? You might start cutting corners. You might not do the preparation in the same way as you did. But what happens is you don't get the same job done. The job starts to look a bit tacky and not so loved and not so cared about because you're not using the tools in the right way. You're cutting corners. When someone reminds you, but do you remember, why did you cut out step 2? You know, you used to sand it down first, and then you used to do whatever, and then you used to sand it down 3 times. But now I've noticed you're only sanding it down once, and you're not getting the same finish. It's exactly what it is. It's also reminding you.
It's accountability.
Yes.
It's having someone that you can be honest with and say, okay, I've noticed where I'm slipping, and they will go, yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's look at a way that maybe we can find you a shorter cut to doing that. And maybe sometimes you need to focus on the new information that you've got and do the higher job and pay someone to do that one. Anyway, this has been fantastic. Josie Green, you are also always a magnificent pleasure and a joy to talk with and to be inspired by. You inspire me every time we speak, honestly. You absolutely do, Josie, honestly, because you know, we all need that feedback to know that the job we do is making a difference, making a transformation. And when I see you, every time we have a discussion,
every time I feel like we learn so much about each other. We really do.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and do get in contact. You can find me at essex-hypnotherapist.com. I have a lot of different programs. I have a corporate coaching program. I have a social work care program. I have a early years youth impact program. I work with all sectors of the community because at the end of the day, we are all people, we all have hearts and we all have brains. So I don't niche. My niche is you and you are my niche. So I look forward to working with you. Thanks.
Bye.